It's a sunny afternoon out on the Atlantic Ocean, and just 10 miles off the coast of Southern Ireland, a massive ocean liner is about to complete its week-long voyage. But just half a mile away, however, a German U-boat is about to make sure that this ship never reaches her destination. Today, we remember 110 years since the sinking of the Lusitania. May 1st, 1915. The RMS Lusitania has just left New York City for a routine voyage from the United States to England. This would be her 101st round-trip voyage since her service began in September of 1907. At the time, both her and her sister ship, the RMS Mauretania, were the fastest man-made vessels in the world, capable of making a transatlantic crossing in only a week. Aboard this seemingly normal trip are 1,960 passengers and crew. 159 of them are Americans. Despite several warnings of German U-boats in British waters, she continues with her travels normally. Because of the outbreak of World War I, many ships had their funnels painted black to disguise themselves from German submarines who were targeting certain trade vessels in the Atlantic. So along this voyage, the Lusitania does not have her signature orange funnel paint job. During the afternoon of May 7th, the Lusitania approached Ireland just off the old head of Kinsale. Unbeknownst to her crew, they were being tracked. German U-boat U-20 had noticed the ship traveling just half an hour earlier and was about to attack. At 2:10 p.m., Captain Schweiger ordered a torpedo to be fired upon the ship. A young lookout on board noticed the torpedo coming and the ship attempted to turn away, but it was too late. The torpedo struck the Lusitania just between her first and second funnel, resulting in a massive list to starboard. Seconds later, a second explosion occurs. Due to the rushing seawater meeting the boilers, the ship has only 18 minutes left to live. Earlier that day, a fog had rolled in, prompting Captain Turner to raise the lifeboats out as a precaution. Now, this decision would save the ship several minutes of preparation. Up top, several first-class passengers are being boarded quickly into the lifeboats. Meanwhile, down below deck, many people in steerage are trapped in a rapidly flooding maze. 5 minutes after the impact, the ship's power fails, trapping a few first-class passengers in the elevators, shrouding the lower decks in complete darkness. The first few lifeboats begin the launch. Unfortunately for those aboard Lifeboat 12, due to it sliding along the ship's portside hull, she breaks loose from her ropes and sends dozens of passengers into the sea below. Almost simultaneously, Lifeboats 8 and 10 suffer the same fate. The scene is utter chaos as lifeboats begin to escape the ship. This whole time, Captain Turner had been attempting to beach the ship, but due to all the lifeboats breaking loose, he had no choice but to stop the ship. Lusitania comes to a halt for one last time. As she stops, her list seems to even out for a short moment before returning to a heavy starboard list. 13 minutes after the impact, the lifeboats begin to lower again, but unfortunately, Lusitania has only 5 minutes left. Launching the lifeboats becomes a challenge as 2 more plummet into the sea and another one gets crushed. The ship begins her final plunge. Her bow sinks low into the water and her stern rises high into the air. Her third funnel, knocked off balance due to the second explosion, collapses into the water. A few minutes later, she disappears beneath the waves, taking 1,198 lives with her. 128 Americans would perish during this tragedy, leading to sparked outrage across the U.S., eventually leading to our involvement in World War I. The sinking of the Lusitania is perhaps one of the most significant maritime incidents to happen during times of war, including the sinking of the HMHS Britannic in 1916 and the sinking of the Wilhelm Gustloff in 1945. The legacy of this disaster is still widely talked about today, even 110 years later. From telling us how Americans got involved in war, to even teaching us just how devastating unrestricted submarine warfare can become. As for the wreck, on the other hand, I just happen to be standing right next to one of her propellers, sitting in front of the Anatole Hotel in Dallas, Texas. which you can come visit here for free. Anyways, I'm Hunter Karen, and thank you all for watching.